Welcome back to Storytime with Susan. We are continuing our book, Geronimo Stilton, The Curse of the Cheese Pyramid. We're on chapter 16, so let's jump right into it. Chapter 16, Invention, What Invention? Suddenly, I saw the professor lying on the ground. He wasn't moving. "Professor, are you all right?" I cried. The professor still didn't move, but something else was moving right next to him. It slithered along the floor, hissing. I shivered. It was a snake. Could this be the Pharaoh's curse? Was Spitfur being punished because he had discovered that tomb last month? Of course not, I told myself. Those were just silly old legends. I took a deep breath and grabbed the professor. In a flash, the snake flicked out its forked tongue. Poisonous cheese puffs! It was getting ready to strike. Just then, I remembered something I had read in a book about snakes. I quickly stamped my paw on the ground. It worked. The snake was frightened by the vibrations, and it took off. My cousin Trap always makes fun of me for being a brainy mouse. But as you can see, it pays to be well read. With a groan, I dragged the professor all the way back to the entrance of the tunnel. I felt like I was pulling a 10-pound block of cheddar. He was one heavy rat. At last, my snout peeped out of the pyramid. Few minutes later, Professor Spitfur opened his eyes. "Professor, how do you feel?" I cried. The professor rubbed his snout. "I'm fine, just fine," he mumbled, "but who are you?" I blinked. Don't you recognize me, Professor? "I'm Stilton, Geronimo Stilton," I stammered. He shook his head, scratching his red whiskers. "I've never seen your snout before." "You don't remember taking me to see Cheops' pyramid?" I asked. "You were going to explain to me how your extraordinary invention was born." He gaped. "What? Invention?" he repeated. "What invention?" "The invention of the thingy. Of the camel dung," I squeaked. Professor Spitfur just stared at me. "Dung? Camel?" he murmured. "My dear young mouse, are you sure you're feeling all right? You didn't by any chance bash your head, did you?" He waved his paw in front of my eyes. "How many paws do you see?" he asked me. "Professor," I shrieked, "you're the one who bumped his head." "Maybe, but I don't remember a thing," he sighed. I pulled at my fur. Of all the rotten rat luck. Does this mean you don't remember the secret ingredient? The one that you added to the camel dung to make energy? I stared into his eyes. He stared back. For a minute, he seemed like he might remember me. But then he opened his mouth to squeak. "What ingredient? What dung? What camel? What energy?" Uh-oh. Looks like Geronimo may be on his own. I don't know. But poor Professor Spitfur. Anyways, join me for the next video and for the next chapter to find out what happens. As always, like and subscribe. Have a good day.